Guys, gals, and guests, welcome to LGBTQ Plus Singles Live. I'm your host, Bree Star. How y'all doing today, honey? Woo! I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It's been a rough one, as you can see. Bitch ain't come on here painted today. Honey, we don't have no makeup going on today. We don't, baby. It's giving recovery. It's giving recovery from the weekends, bitch. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who support the doll. Shout out to everybody who support the girl. Shout out to everybody who gifted and supported the challenge for the masquerade ball, for me to be able to go, for me to be able to walk and compete for best dress. Shout out to y'all. Baby, it was a vibe. Not sure if you could tell. Bitch, energy is low because, like I said, recovering. I done did a motherfucking liquid IV. Honey, I think I need another one. Bitch. Baby, honey, this weekend don't owe me nothing. This weekend don't owe me nothing. To all my folks out there on the Eastern Shore, the shore don't owe a bitch nothing. Baby, we cut a rug, honey. Cut the rug, tore the rug up, bitch, left cracks in the floor. Bitch, I think we even fucked up the foundation, bitch. Honey, I heard a chant. I was off minding my femme queen business, bitch. And I had heard a chant, honey. I had heard, and baby. Next thing I know, honey, my new wig was going. All I seen was hair. The hair was just cascading across my face. Next thing I know, honey, all I seen was tulle and chiffon, bitch, in the air. Like, next thing I know, I was trying to come up out of a dip. Bitch, my old ass was sore yesterday, too. My old puss was sore yesterday, honey. Still, as you see, still recovering today, honey. Baby, praise the Lord, honey. White Jesus, keep me in your cradle, honey. How y'all doing today? I'm sorry, I got caught up. How y'all doing today? Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Who coming on tonight? We ain't got nobody scheduled tonight, so it's up to y'all. We ain't got nobody scheduled tonight, so it's up to y'all who trying to come and be seen, who trying to come and be heard, who wants to be our representation and our voice for the evening. Don't leave your girl to do it by herself. Baby. Honey, this is an interactive show. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there in the chat, baby? Who's single? Are there any single LGBTQs out here this evening? Are there any single gays, lesbians, they them pronouns? Where y'all at? Y'all in here tonight? Honey, you know I'm still saving my updates on my love life, honey. I don't want to give away too much, but I'm going to tell y'all a secret tonight since it's just us. I'm going to tell y'all a secret tonight. I see a boy that I like. 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 I'm going to let the cat out the bag. I have a friend. I'm still single, of course. You know, we not rushing into no relationships or doing none of that. We not doing that, bitch. We not no runner. We not no track star. We don't run from love, and we not pushing it either, bitch. I'm telling you. When it's meant for you, ain't shit you gonna be able to do about it. But I talked to a boy that I like. You know, I'm still single and mingling. He's still single and mingling. You know, ain't nobody tying nobody down. But it's a vibe, motherfucker. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And this is a first for me. And this little skirt, bitch. Definitely giving Friday the 13th. It's somebody I grew up with. It's somebody, I'm talking to somebody, dating somebody who I grew up with, who I went to high school with, who we've known each other pretty much all of our lives before my transition. We know each other's families, all of the things. And this is new for me. I was actually asking a lot of my friends on TikTok, like, what's the tea? You know, why don't we queers ever date people who we grew up with? Why don't we ever date people who we know? A lot of us date online. A lot of us definitely date outside of our friend circles and things like that. But my question is, why is it so taboo? I know for me, to date within my friend circle is completely taboo, because for me, once I let you in and you're a genuine friend in real life, I view you like a family member. Like, that's like ancestral to me. Like, we not doing that, baby, honey. But it's also weird dating somebody that I grew up with, who I wasn't necessarily close with, who wasn't necessarily part of my friend group. Is definitely taking an adjustment. And I know for me initially, I can't speak for nobody else, but I know for me as a queer, transitioning, I feel like I'm so much different than the person I was before, not just on the outside, but more psychologically different than physically different. Honestly, I don't view the world the way I did pre-transition. And the world doesn't view me in the same way. I don't date the same way. I don't have the same expectations. Growing up, for me, I was chubby little fat kid. You know, chubby little feminine, nerdy kid. But I always had personality. I was always that kid that was cool with everybody, but had very few, like, real close friends. I never viewed myself as desirable romantically. I grew up in a small town, chubby, little feminine, nerdy kid. People liked me, you know, for various reasons, personality being the main thing, but people wanting to date me or be in relationship with me or even had me as a friend with benefits is something that I didn't really, that wasn't a life I knew. That's not a struggle I can relate to. But yeah, so it's different. But interesting enough, I get to see what it's like for my mother to be involved in my dating life, because this is somebody she knows and this is somebody she knows that I'm dating. She may actually have a big part in me dating this person. Yes, my mother. So that's interesting to navigate that. Hey, love. You in the same boat. In the same boat. How so? I wish you could come up and talk. You said that you working. I wish you weren't at work. I wish you could come up and talk to us so we could really, really get the scoop. To be honest, I'm tired of talking about myself. I'm going to bring you on up now, Knox. We don't have nobody requesting to come in, so If you down to come up now, we could definitely talk now. I'm done talking about what's going on with me. I've also been documenting this whole dating experience and this whole experience being single. I've been documenting it privately. So y'all will be able to be all in my business, just not tonight. When I've dated people I grew up with, I always give them the benefit of the doubt because I think I know them. Then I ignore some red flags. Mmm. Butterfly B, are you available to come up and talk? Cause you hit so many points. You hit so many things that I feel on so many levels. Knox, you said it's private. No worries. No worries. I understand. I understand. So you got people coming. I get it. I get it. All right, Butterfly B, we're gonna bring you on up. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Knox, give me 1 second. I'm gonna talk to Butterfly B first. Come on up. Come on up.
Hey, can you see me? Let me
I
get some.
I can. I'm in the darkness.
Me too. Let me turn the lamp on. Hold on. I'm in the darkness too. Hold on a second. Okay. There you go. That's better. Yeah, I was laying down. You went live. I'm like, ah, we live. But what I was saying is, a lot of times you know people in the capacity that you know them. Like even if the whole time for years y'all were cool, that person was cool as that friend. Or when somebody introduces me to somebody, like even somebody I work with, that person was cool with you as a coworker, right? So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and not on guard the way I normally would. And then I'm like, kind of ignore things. I'm like, nah, because such and so was like, they cool. And
Crazy.
girl,
I can relate to what you're saying because I typically I met people online or I met people through the greater queer community. Right? So it's always been I've known an image of them. I've known who they are now. I have a perception of them
yeah.
before even having the idea of who they really are. So it's different and that's what I was trying to describe but couldn't really get out. It's different on one case because I'm not dating this person in a way that I'll potentially be dating someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or I have dated people in the past
Mm-hmm.
because for a large chunk of that period and dating someone who I met online or who I've met through the ballroom scene, I actually have to get to know who they really are versus who they, portray
Present. Mm-hmm.
themselves to be. We all have a representative, and
Oh yeah.
that just is what it is.
Yes.
But let's give you a formal greeting, friend. Tell the chat your name. Tell the folks your name.
Hey, my name is Artavia. I just go by Butterfly B.
And,
Yes,
and
I'm
what are
in.
pronouns, just so I don't mess anything up.
Oh, she, her. Yeah.
I dig it. And are you queer? Are you part of the queer community?
I'm not. I'm not.
No problem at all. Are you single?
Very single. I've been single for a while. I know.
How long have you been single, friend?
Oh my gosh. Like 2015.
So that's
Yeah.
7 years.
7 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you say that you've been single for 7 years?
Well, I mean, so I got a divorce or separated in 2010. Got in a relationship like a couple of months after that. And I realized that things were really different because when I got with my husband, my ex-husband, it was We met in like 96, and I was a baby, and he was a baby. And so when you're in a relationship that long, you are kind of covered and you don't realize what's going on out here in these streets. And then when I got out here, I was like, oh, wait a minute. People just sending naked pictures of each other. Oh, like I was just, I felt like an old fogey because I really was not understanding um, how people could really present themselves one way and be completely different. And so I was with someone for 4 years, and for 4 years, they were able to seem like they were one person. And then as the layers peeled back, I thought, are you serious? Like, and so after that, I kind of was like, I'm going to take some time to be by myself and whatever. And then I just got really happy being by myself.
I can I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Between my first and second relationship, um, was over was probably like 7 years
Mhm.
between my first and second relationship. Um, you need time for that self care, that emotional growth process, and all of those emotions and experiences. That sounds very healthy. Um, you said that you got divorced in 2010, right?
So separated in 2010, but the divorce, we didn't finish all the divorce until like 2013.
How long were y'all together before divorcing?
Since 96, then we got married in 99. So it was like 12 years married, 12-year married, and like 14 years together. So yeah. That was like my whole adulthood when you think about it, because I was 19 and he was 20. So yeah.
And what was it for you that made you want to leave?
Oh, I didn't want to leave. He came to me. He said he didn't want to be married anymore, and I said, "Well, what you mean you don't want to be married anymore?" Well, I feel like we got married too young, and there's things that I want to be able to do that I can't do because we're married. I said, that don't make any sense. I said, you've been able to go to school. You've been twice, 2 degrees. We got a house. We got 2 kids. You've been able to do everything. You've been able to do your music. Everything that you want to do, you could do with me, except for cheat on me, except for be with another woman. Is that what you want to do? You want to be with another woman? Oh no, no, no! But kind of find out that's exactly what it was.
That's clearly what it was,
Clearly,
and you knew the answer
yeah.
um, beforehand. And for me, this is why I don't polyamory doesn't work for me. But this is why I
Mm.
don't judge it, because had I been in your situation and I had a spouse who was comfortable, secure, and honest enough to come to me and say, "Hey, we got together when we were really young.
Right.
There are some sexual experiences I want to have. There is some sexual evolution I've been experiencing.
Hmm.
How would you feel about that?"
If he had come to me the right way, he was my best friend. Like literally, if he had come to me the right way, like you said, like we really having a discussion about this, I probably would have been okay with it. But I would have been like, "What's good for the goose is good for the gander." So please don't think because you the only dude I've been with since I was before 19. So if you gonna get happy, I'm gonna get happy too.
Same from and from a psychological study standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
uh, women, especially cisgender women, tend to evolve more sexually over time than men.
Yeah, it's crazy because literally, as our relationship was ending, I was just coming into my prime. I was like, dude, you left too soon.
Yep, yep. Being somebody who dates and has dated both, and who is attracted to people older
Mm-hmm.
than myself, I can say that I've experienced that firsthand as well. It seems that people who are assigned female at birth, women especially, um, tend to like hit some magical sexual awakening, like right before menopause, or when those hormones are starting to change. I don't know what it is. I can't even pretend
Yeah,
to.
because I was like in my early 30s, and then all of a sudden it was just like, woo. So somebody else got all of that. He missed out.
How old? I left out the basic questions, friend, for everybody else to be informed on who you are. How old are you?
I'm 44. I'll be 45 in January.
And where are you located? What area?
North Carolina. Yeah.
Um, so do you think, because you said you enjoy being single, do you
Mhm.
think that now you're ready for love or even want it?
Oh, I definitely want it, but it's kind of got to be on my terms. I just feel like what I'm seeing every time I go to get on a dating website or whatever, as soon as I start trying to make my profile, I get like an anxiety attack. Like just the thought of that whole process again of getting to know somebody and going through all of that, I'm like, oh, is it gonna be worth it? You know, I really want to be bothered. Plus it's like I really do want a kind of relationship where you at your house, I at my house. I don't want cohabitate. Everything goes the bad way, I feel like, when we start living together and sharing bills. That is a problem for me. I know a lot of people do it because they want to save money, but that's when things start getting different. You in my space, I like my stuff this way, you like your stuff that way. We sharing bill, versus when we're not sharing bills, it's like we are each other's like oasis, like it's us against the world. We can't wait till we see each other, share some bills, and it's over. Now all of a sudden, we it's like, oh, I don't know, we in the trench together in a bad way. It's not the same way.
Maybe I'm weird. I was in a relationship before where that was an issue for the other person, but for me, financial things like that, like sharing bills and cohabitating, hasn't been a problem for me. So I just want to put that out there because it is common. I'm hearing a lot of people who want to have separate houses, and I am considering that possibility for the future, but for,
Mhm.
ideally, I prefer to cohabitate. But also, like I said, I'm weird in the sense that I'm one of those women who, if I had the financial means, my partner wouldn't have to work.
And see, well, now when I was married, it worked out very well. Like both checks went into a joint account. We got the bills figured out. Now that's your money you could play with. That's something we did work it out very very well. But again, we met when we were so young. So now that I'm grown, people have developed very bad habits. And they've come in with all this debt. We came to each other with no debt. We both of us had dirt. Okay. So it's like we built everything up together. Versus now, I'm coming with my student loans. They coming with their stuff, and they already have an idea on how they want to, do their money. For example, like the last relationship I was in, I was just like, oh my gosh, he had so much financial stuff that I didn't know about going on. Kind of found out his mama was really paying his mortgage. It was this going on, was that going on, and
How
I'm
old?
like, 3 years older than me. And I'm like, dude, that's her retirement. What we doing? I started feeling sick. I was like, this thing ain't thinging. I don't like that. You know what I
It's
mean?
like his bank account won't banking. Uh,
He was making more than me, mind you, but kept making stupid tax mistakes. Like not having the
what
right.
gambler? Did he like smoke crack on the weekends or something?
No, no, mm-mm.
Praise the
No,
Lord.
but he ain't like paying bills. I'm saying.
So outside, you said cohabitation.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other things, like tell me what you think love would look like for you nowadays?
Mm. I love to travel. So definitely, traveling, and even when we're not traveling, going to museums, going out to eat, movies, just talking, just sitting and just talking. I love that. But I don't like to be with somebody all the time either. Like that's why I really want them to have a life. You have friends, you got clubs, something, do something.
I,
Because, I'm very me and my hormones and the moon very connected. Okay. So I may have a whole week when I don't want to be bothered with you. Another week where you can't I won't let you out the bedroom. And then another week where I
what
just want to
zodiac
cuddle.
friend? What's your zodiac sign or what's your B day?
I January 3rd, Capricorn.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a pharmacy technician in a
Oh,
hospital. Yeah, but I work from home, so
re-
COVID did COVID did me that favor because they would never have started letting us work at home. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because it's a non-traditional, so it's not like how you think of the pharmacy technicians counting pills. Like I do prior authorizations with insurance companies so that people can get infusions, like non-oncology infusions, stuff like that. So
you're more like on the billing side of things.
yeah, so yeah, I don't need to be in the office for that.
Got it. Got it. I know exactly what you do. You know I'm in healthcare too.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, what would you say are some of your biggest strengths as a person?
Um, Loyalty. Um, I'm a glass half full person. You know, like all kinds of hell can be going on, and I'm the kind of a whole storm going on, and I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I can. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna dissect this and do some of this, do some of that, and we're gonna, I'm.
Weaknesses. Wait, I can relate to the strengths. What do you think are some of your weaknesses?
um Trust. I have trust issues.
Mm,
Even with like family and friends, I have trust issues. And but at the same time, with my loyalty, somebody can do something to a family member and a friend, and not even do it to me, and I'm like, oh, you just revealed yourself, so I'm good on you.
no, I was having this conversation with my mother over the weekend
Hmm.
about someone who I grew up with who attempted to reconnect with me. And we were talking about how this person showed their true colors because they're always talking bad about people who are supposed to be close to them.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna be next on your hit list then. Yeah.
What are some deal breakers for you?
Um. Deal breakers for me. I watch how people treat other people. People that they may think that they're in like a higher like classes. Like definitely like we go to a restaurant. I'm always looking at how they treat the waiters, the waitresses and stuff like that. And I do not like people who talk really bad about the people that they were with, like say stuff like, well, they were crazy. How were they crazy?
And you were with them for 5 years?
And they was
So
crazy.
how crazy were they? How crazy are you that y'all were compatible?
Exactly. So because I'm gonna be crazy next, huh?
Do you have any appearance preferences when it comes to a partner? When it comes to
Um,
I'm so used to talking to queer people. Do you have any appearance preferences for a man?
right. No. I don't. I am I'm more, so there's a pleasantness to a face. I mean, my, I'm not trying to, there's a general, like you look at somebody and you just go, it's a pleasant, but they don't have to be like model. I probably prefer them not to be out, completely just like, but, it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just feel that energy and like if you can make me relax, like that part of me relax, I'm like, yeah,
Or,
I see.
or if I just naturally, for me, I know I have chemistry with a person if I'm more nervous before the date than during the date. If I feel comfortable around them, then I know that they're there.
Yeah, like I definitely don't like very arrogant men.
Mm,
Like you can kind of feel it. It's just I get I feel something inside of me, like all my armor chinking over. I'm just like, this thing ain't. You not gonna be. What you not gonna do is sitting around here acting like you gonna show me how to live my life. People like that. If you don't know what you want out of your life, they'll show you what you want out your life. And so,
that's what you don't want. Absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely. Do you have any children, friend?
Yes. My baby is 18. My oldest is gonna be 21. He's gonna be 21 November.
Just those two?
Just us two, yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming they're from your marriage?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Um, would you consider yourself a submissive woman in
No.
relationships?
No. So no, I definitely would not. Somebody has to prove to me that they know what they're talking about, that they know what they're doing. I don't believe that because someone is someone I guess presents as a male that means that you are automatically going to know what's going on. You got some stuff that you know, I got some stuff that I know. Let's let the best person lead in that situation. Is how I am, because I'm when another thing with the trust issues with me is like, especially when it comes to money, you got one time to pay this bill and you didn't pay that bill on time, and I'm gonna say, okay, you just go ahead and give me this money and I'll handle this, because we're not gonna be homeless, we're not gonna be
My credit.
right.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah, I don't do an automatic submission. I submit to the better knowledge. If I know that, you know what, no, he got this, and I'm, hey, you know what I mean? But I would expect that if I need for you to recognize what you're not good at as well, so that you can ask for help. And if I know I got it, good. If not, we're gonna find somebody that can help us figure it out. So yeah.
I purposefully worded that question that way for you because I know that that is a big topic online, a big debate on
Yes.
discussion online in heterosexual relationships regarding women being submissive. But I think that's something that a lot of straight people, straight men especially, don't tend to take into consideration is that in order for a person to truly be submissive to you,
Mhm.
undoubtedly, it's based on the amount of trust that
Right.
has in you.
Mhm.
I need to be able to trust you with my life in order to hand you
That's
my
right.
to be in charge of.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, I now in the bedroom that's different. I submit and but the other thing, we'll see.
I, I get it. Trust me, I get it in more ways than you know. And speaking of the bedroom, is physical intimacy important to you?
Very, very. I feel like for a lot of my years I was starved of physical affection, and so um I really need somebody who is very touchy themselves. And then it just pulls it all out of me, and I'm just like, ah. But I don't always take the initiative with it, because I'm always feeling like, oh, that's their personal space. Like I have to kind of really feel like I have the permission to do all that before I.
It sounds like you're very big on boundaries. It sounds like with your issues with trust, which I won't even start to go into because I'm sure that'll be a whole conversation. So it sounds like with your issues with trust, you've developed very strong boundaries yourself, and with
Yes.
that, I think you get the impression that everybody has built these super strong boundaries. And for me, honestly,
Yes.
I'm not going to say whether it's a good or a bad thing. I think that
Mhm.
knowing your boundaries is necessary, but the level of boundary completely depends on the person. What works for you works for you.
Mhm.
But just a reminder, not all of us have huge boundaries. I'm a person, if you can't tell from my content, I don't think boundaries really exist much.
Really?
Honestly, what keeps me from talking about my personal life more online is just respect for other people, respect for the
Mhm.
people around me. But I do document a lot privately, so depending on what happens with this social media thing, you might be knowing
Mhm.
all of my family's business.
Well, a lot of my boundaries I feel are kind of based on just people not waiting for me to give them permission to be in certain, you know what I mean? Like I'm introverted, which might be hard for you to tell with all this talking I'm doing, but I really am. I really am introverted. I've just trained myself to be extroverted when, when it calls for it. But I really don't need somebody constantly calling me several times all day. After a while, that's gonna, I don't want you popping up. We didn't discuss it. That makes me very uncomfortable. I was actually kind of set up with somebody who's friends with. We're talking about mother friends with my mother and her partner, and I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be cute. We had such a good conversation or whatever. And then I'm just chilling in the living room in pajamas, hair looking ratty. Oh, boy just popped up. What? Because he was used to popping up. Because I'm saying with mom, he's used to popping up because this is her house, and he comes and he sees them or whatever. But I'm like, but he came specifically to see me. It wasn't you didn't come to see them. You did a pop up. It was such a turn off. I was so turned off. I was like, yes, so
And
no.
when we kind of veered off a little bit, but back to
Mm-hmm.
the physical intimacy of it all. When
Mm-hmm.
was the last time that you were physically intimate with someone?
Two 2020. I had to think about it. Valentine's Day 2020.
And why did it not work with them?
It was it was just it was yeah. It was just a booty call. That's all.
Baby, I understand we have needs. We were just talking
it,
about sexual evolution of the queen, honey.
every
What,
once in a while she get to purring, so you know.
honey? Um, oh Lord, I lost track of the question. What is your age range when it comes to dating?
um I could actually do 10 years of 34. That's 10 years younger than me. So 10 years younger than me, and I don't know. I need everything to be working with them. So I'm thinking, because I mean,
What if he has a good medication regimen that keeps things working?
right. That's as long as them knees is working, them hips is working. I guess it'll be okay. So
And
I guess 54, right? And
I,
as I age, then the range will move with me.
I, I take it. I take it. Um, and I definitely respect that range. I wanted to crack on these men out here with these horrible hips and stuff, but I was close over the weekend and I realized that, honey, I don't have much room to talk.
But you know what? We gotta stretch. That's what it is. Stretch in the morning, stretch at night, and everything will stay juicy.
I have actually considered, side note, I have actually considered getting back in the gym and working out again. I'm epileptic. I have seizures, which is why I stopped working out before and which is why I stopped voguing. But I think I've gotten to a point now where my epilepsy is managed enough where I
You
can
can
have
do
that.
it.
Just
Okay.
side note for anybody who cares. Um, how do you feel about a partner dating someone who has kids?
Oh yeah, I mean I have kids. It would depend. So that's another thing is I want someone who cherishes their children as much as I do. Like the last person that I was with that I was dating, we were dating for a year before I let him meet my kids, and he knew that from the beginning. You will not be meeting my children until we have dated for a year. He had me meeting his kids in like a month or two. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I need somebody that cherishes. So if they have like, younger kids or whatever, because I don't have younger kids. If they have younger kids, I need their children to be a priority. I don't need you doing stuff like, well, I want to see you, but I got my kids right now. So, but that's okay. You can still come over because you want. You need to be spending time with your children. No, we're not doing that.
Baby, rule of thumb, let's make this a PSA for men with children.
Mm-hmm.
We will lose respect for you.
Yeah.
Any decent woman will lose respect for a man who is willing to put a booty call over the of his children.
Yes. Yes.
To the day, I know you look at us as the lesser beings, but trust and believe there
Hold
are
on a second.
women.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
There are a lot of women like me who are capable of fucking you up in your house and creating a dangerous environment for your children. Don't set your kids up like that.
That's right.
And if you're really serious about somebody, I suggest, like my friend Butterfly B here says, give it a year.
That's all. I mean, because in a year, well, unfortunately, a year went by and the person still had completely revealed themselves. But I mean,
I do.
it is what it is. But at least in a year, because a lot of times the shenanigans will go down within a year. So
Are you open to marriage in the future?
I don't think so, and really just because I don't see the point. Like I was adamant that I would be married before I had kids. Well, I've done that, and my factory is shut down. So it's like, what's the point? Why would we need to be married again? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain stability that I wanted for my children that I didn't have. So, but they have that. I mean, they live with their dad. I'm here, whatever. Like, oh yeah, honey. When I tell you I'm free to mingle, woo, guys.
Yes. Honey. I'm glad you broke that down for the men watching this recording, honey. Do, do you have any income requirements or expectations for a partner, for a man?
I I just want somebody that can handle all of theirs without having to dip into mine, and I will do them the same favor. When we go on a trip, I want you to be able to pay for yours, and I pay for mine. Hey, like now when we going out to eat, now you going to pay for me, but but I'm just saying, like really big things. I just need, I don't need somebody that they can never do anything because they just don't have it.
I get it. I get it. I understand. Do you prefer nights in or nights out?
And I'm a homebody. Like in the morning time I want us to be, like I said, museums, going to events, doing stuff like that, like festivals and stuff like that. But at night I'm cool with us being in.
Okay, I take it. And you hinted you're more of a morning person.
Unfortunately, I don't know how this happened to me. I work mornings. I mean, because I used to not. Oh, I could sleep, but after a certain, I guess after started working morning shift when my oldest was like a couple months old. Because before that, I was a second shift, and so even when you're not a morning person, you get so used to waking up so early. Yeah, I'm stuck now.
I get it. And you mentioned affection, right? Physical touch as being one of your love languages.
Yeah.
Are there any others? And if so, do you know them?
Yes. Words of affirmation. Yeah.
Giving or receiving, or both?
Um, Definitely receiving, but I'm trying to think. I would say giving. I would say giving. Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. Are you open to relocating for love, or does the person have to be in North Carolina?
I'm so open. I'm so open, as a matter of fact, that literally, literally, this whole year has been me planning, actually, um, bopping around, traveling the world, and may not come back. Just got my passport today. Yes, honey. Like seriously, seriously. I have decided the end of this year to hand in my resignation. I'm going to give them like a month, all of January, so that way they can try to find somebody else. I'm out.
You pulling one of my stunts. You pulling one of my stunts. I tried to prepare all of the friends, all of the supporters.
Mhm.
I've been trying to prepare y'all that when I am sending y'all content and posting content from Cape Verde, don't be surprised.
Yes, honey. What?
Don't
I
be,
am all in the Facebook groups, everything, everything. I'm
I
bounce,
got
bounce,
I,
bounce.
I got some more videos coming for some little known places that are just like paradise on earth that we never even hear about in this country. And I honestly
Oh, you
think
did do a travel video. Yes, I loved that, by the way.
I think that I took a geography class in undergrad, and after that I started studying destinations, locations, countries, and cities on my own because I realized that in the United States, a lot of other
Mhm.
places are downplayed. I think it's purposefully promoted for Americans not to leave this country.
Oh, honey, they tell us all day long with Mexico, we gonna die. We gonna die if we go to Mexico. Are we?
And
If I'm not in the cartel, ain't nothing about
I,
to happen to me. Sure. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, this little boy went out the house. First, he shot his brother, and then he commenced to shooting everybody he can get to in the neighborhood. But if I go to Mexico, I'm gonna die. They're gonna kidnap me.
for everybody and everybody watching this video, baby, honey, go ahead and do a quick Google search of America's numbers and gun violence across the whole world, and then you tell me who lives in the dangerous country. Uh,
Last month we had 300 mass shootings. We hadn't even had 300 days in a year. This country, 300. I said, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
last question for you, friends. What would make you a great girlfriend for any deserving man?
Mm, I'm sweet. I really am. I'm sweet and I'm very giving. Um, I'm not a judgmental person. Very, very open. Like I was telling you, like I was saying, I'm straight, but I'm open at the same time. As far as like I don't have to have a man that presents masculine. I mean I'm open in that sort of way.
Would you be
So
open to dating a man who is bisexual?
absolutely.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It's the honesty for me. You know what I'm saying? It's you giving me a chance to say yay or nay. That's all it's about for me. All this I'm finding out from don't you let me find out from somebody else. And I start feeling like you're trying to make me look like a fool. Don't you do that. And that doesn't matter if you sleep with a man or a woman. I don't need to find that out from nobody else. I definitely don't need to think the whole world knew what I didn't know. It's over.
I was saying in my head, everything I was thinking, you said and articulated very well. Only point I will do is reiterate a point that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, if a man is willing to be open with you about his sexuality and potential sexual divergence
Mm-hmm.
or sexual ambiguity, baby, that man is going to come to you, is more likely to come to you about anything, regardless of whether he thinks it's going to hurt your feelings or not.
Yeah, there you go. You absolutely right. Yeah.
Tell them how to get in touch with you, friend.
Well, they can DM me. They sure can. And I'm butterfly. Ooh, I'm about to forget my own tag. Butterfly. What am I? Butterfly B underscore 11205. And I'm on TikTok too. But I'm on TikTok is Betty Davis eyes.
My friend, honey, and if you follow the puss, you can be sure to find her in my comment section.
Yep. And on your comment section in your YouTube videos too.
Oh, friends, I've been scared to check them comments, but you are giving me faith that they might not be as bad as I think.
No, they're not. I have not seen any negative comments on your YouTube videos at all. Mm-mm. And I share because girl, you about to blow up. Ew.
Thank you, friend. Thank you. The bigger I get, the more people going to see this highlight of you. So you just be ready when them honest, handsome, well-to-do men come at you. You be ready, and don't be scared of the ones that's a little too pretty, because they already know that you open. And honey,
Right.
a lot of women be scared of them pretty men. Give a pretty man a chance.
Okay, I
He
will.
might he might fool you, but he got to show you that he's a good one first.
Exactly. But you know what I see for you? I don't know if you see it for yourself. When we talking about traveling and stuff, I see you being like a travel agent and doing trips. I mean,
Like,
for people in the Rainbow Tribe, that would be just so awesome. I mean, please let us come too, but you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's just that would be just I would love that. I would definitely
But
I'd sign up.
before I ever made a TikTok, I was a YouTube lurker, you avid YouTube subscriber to many pages,
Mhm.
still am, and it was always a dream job for me to be a travel vlogger. But it was one of those dreams that I never put any effort into until now. So we'll see. Thank you, and friend. I love you so much for supporting me since the first day we came across each other. Thank you.
I love you too. Big things for you. Big things.
Thank you, love.
Bye bye.
Bye for now. Yes, honey. Friend came through. Yes. We got our first straight cisgender woman on the show, and I couldn't have asked for a better one. Baby, my only regret is that I didn't have her elaborate on her openness when it comes to men. Being a woman who is pansexual and sexually ambiguous, it genuinely depends on the person. Being one of those people, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for men who are bisexual, pansexual, and queer, because I know that for many of them, for most of them, their attraction to women is genuine. And they don't tend to get that love in return. So a lot of them have to deal with, the same heartbreak that the rest of us queers have to deal with, regardless of who they're attracted to. So I have a soft spot for that group because they tend to be overlooked, and we tend to demonize them as DL, and a lot of the hate that they get, they deserve. But I'm kidding. I love all of the tribe. I love all of the rainbow folks. Do we have anybody else who wants to come up and be featured before we wrap up the show? Thank you. Thank you, D Savoy. Thank you. Do we have anybody else who wants to come up before me and Knox wraps up the show? Honey, you know your girl is still on injured reserve. Honey, I'm still recovering from trying to be Femme Queen performance over the weekend, bitch. Trying to be Femme Queen performance and pushing 40 is not a good look when you didn't stretch. Like Butterfly B said, stretch, honey. And as your age begins to stretch longer. Trust me. I was having trouble walking down the steps yesterday. I felt like somebody's great grandmother. Hey, Aoki. I love you more than you know. Aoki Lee, honey. I don't know if you ever seen my YouTube videos, but honey, baby, they got to bring you back for more legendary love. If they gonna continue legendary, I got a video of suggestions I'm gonna give them. One of the suggestions is that they need to do an all-star season, baby. And we ain't even gotta deal with the house bullshit because as a behind the scenes ballroom girl, I know you know all the drama that goes along with people creating houses overnight to be on the show and all that. We don't even need to worry about that. Bring back an all-star season of casts who have already been there, houses who have already been there. If people left the house, bring in a replacement. Somebody left the house, bring in a replacement. If not, then we need to do a season of teams. Don't even worry about houses. Let the ballroom scene put together their own teams. Teams of how many is it? 5 people on the squad. They typically do on Legendary. Put together teams of 5. You know, call your team what you want. Make your name if you want. If it happens to be a house, that's great. If not, great. But imagine the girls who haven't got their shine, along with some of the girls who already have competing on Legendary. It would be everything. It would be everything. Aoki, honey, don't make me cry, girl. Honey. We're gonna bring up Knox and we're gonna wrap up the show, baby, honey. So that I can go back to an Epsom salt bath, bitch. Honey. I'm telling you, it's needed. Is Knox still available? Y'all know Knox is our resident married queer, honey. So ain't no telling, Knox might be with their husband somewhere laid up, huh? Like, must be nice. It looks like Knox is unavailable. And on that note, I love all of y'all for supporting me. I love all of y'all for supporting me. Peace, love, and blessings to you and yours. And I will be here next week. Hopefully, I'll be able to stand up, and hopefully I'll have some guests scheduled and I won't have to hound y'all and force y'all to come up.